Hey, race fans, Alex Weaver here for another episode of Backseat Drivers. I'm going to be joined by Jonathan, Danny, and Eric. All right, guys, we saw a historic weekend in NASCAR where we were racing on the Daytona road course, and no surprise that the late road course ace as of lately, Chase Elliott, gets it done. So I'm going to pose the question to you guys that I want to hear your thoughts on. Is Chase Elliott your number one when it comes to road courses right now active in the field? And if so, who's your number two?
He is my most popular road course driver.
Popular there?
Yeah, most popular, most talented. There you go.
I was going to say, he's also the most decorated road course racer in recent memory. So, yeah, he has to be number one for me at the moment.
I would say number one right now for me in the Cup Series. There are other guys right now who can try to stay up there with him, but as he's maturing, he is showing that he knows how to do these road course races. But there's two guys down in the lower levels that I think if you give them the right opportunity, they might be able to give him a run for his money, that being Mr. Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric.
Yeah, let's put them three in a race and see what happens. Just give them
I think
5 laps on a road course.
I think something also interesting, too, is Rick Hendrick has really got an eye for this. If you go back to Tim Richmond, Jeff Gordon, now Chase Elliott, he's really kind of cultivated a lot of the road course racing talent. I'd be interested to see Mr. H's road course owners trophies versus anybody else's in the garage. I'm sure he outnumbers them it's got to be by at least 10.
He's very forward-thinking, too, because for years we've only had 2 road courses on the schedule. The last couple years, we've had 3, and you never know what more could be added. So road course ringers, for lack of a better word, like Chase Elliott, are becoming more and more valuable by the year, it seems.
And also, you got to understand how important your road course racing skills are these days. Used to, we'd run the road course races in the middle of the season. It's like, okay, great, just try to get a win, try to survive. Now, one of these road courses is a crucial part of the playoffs. You got to be able to have that in order to try to compete for a championship.
The word on the street is the road between Chase's house and the Dawsonville pool room is pretty windy, so I think that's
all the dad jokes today. All right, so we all agree that Chase is number one on top of the road course list as of right now. So who would be your number two?
I'm going to let these guys go first.
I think if you look at the last few years, you look at the numbers, Martin Truex Jr. has to be near or at the top of the list as far as runner-ups to Chase Elliott. And he's no slouch himself. He's got plenty of wins in recent memory to go his way as well. And got robbed perhaps at the Roval a couple of years back. Could have won the first race at that racetrack. But even this week,
robbed him at Daytona road course.
Of course, yeah.
Don't speed on pit road.
Yeah, some of it's self-inflicted. Others, he's kind of just been the ball getting hit by some bat somewhere. But Martin Truex Jr. certainly is no slouch. Historically, he's always been great at the road courses, even before he's got over to Toyota and Joe Gibbs Racing level equipment. And even this last weekend, with the penalty, with everything that happened to Martin Truex Jr., the amount of times he had to lose his track position, he still came back to finish third. So he's the one guy in yesterday's race that if he had ever gotten on the front row with Chase Elliott, we might have had a battle, but I don't think anyone was catching the 9 car yesterday.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Eric on this one. Martin Truex Jr. is my number 2. If we're talking, current drivers today, like if you're asking me NASCAR in general, though, honestly, Austin Cindric. I really am impressed by him. He's got a bright future ahead of him on the road course for sure.
I'm going to say Denny Hamlin. Denny was about 2 feet away in that last chicane from making a little bit of contact with that bumper, and I feel like if he wanted to roll that corner a little bit more, he probably could have made some contact, and heaven forbid that would have happened. We had a lot of angry people after that race. But I think Denny Hamlin is going to be my number 2, just with the momentum he has right now. So I'm going to look for that 11 to be strong again once we get back to the Roval.
Especially with just how good that team has been this season. You're right, when we get to the playoffs in the Roval, I wouldn't be shocked to see Denny Hamlin up there. I was surprised Kevin Harvick was kind of a no-show yesterday with how good they've run this year. So it really does tell you how impressive Chase Elliott's drive yesterday really was.
And even on that note, for Harvick, he's always been running really good, usually at Sonoma and Watkins Glen the last few years. So it's really a shocker to see him kind of more or less not look like Kevin Harvick yesterday.
It's hard to look good when you turn around.
Going the wrong way.
All right, well, we can check the box on the Daytona road course. It was a great weekend in all three of NASCAR's National Series and in ARCA. We do know, however, that Jeff Gordon has the road course record of 6 wins in a row. Chase is now at 3. He's going for 4 at the Roval coming up in a handful of weeks, so it'll be interesting to see what damage the 9 can do when it comes time for the Roval. All right, guys, thanks for debating with me. I appreciate you. You guys can tune into the doubleheader weekend coming up at Dover Saturday and Sunday for the NASCAR Cup Series. We'll see you guys right back here on another episode of Backseat Drivers.